come out there, it was all like, boo, boo. Like, see it like...
He didn't know he was nowhere near there. It was no. Ah, Jesus. I don't give a shit about that. Let's listen.
proper like cheering them on, and when Lane come out there, it was all like, boo, boo. Like, see it like...
He didn't know he was nowhere near there. It was no. Ah, Jesus. Hi guys, and welcome back to another Boxing Bantz show with Max the Viking Page and of course Andy the Nightmare Reeve. No Connor the Chipmunk Evans this week. He has decided to get himself a job.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like what's going on? What's going on? So what a week of action-packed boxing, although actually it wasn't. So they had a matchroom show over there in Bluefontaine in Las Vegas, the first ever time the venue had been open. I do like Las Vegas. I've been there many times. I said to Max last night while we were watching on the thing, I said, "Oh look, I've been in that souvenir shop."
Yeah, I can't. For some reason, I can't download his own.
Well, you know,
I've tried so many times. This ain't happening. I tried it on my Sky. I tried it on the app. Just won't let me do it. Must not like me.
No, it's what happens when you pay for it.
No, I'm paying for it. It just won't let me go through.
I'll be kicking them up. Absolutely.
No, I'm not bothered. I don't think I missed much last night.
Well, I tell you what, it wasn't too bad if I'm fair. I mean, do I think there was controversy? Absolutely.
Yeah, a lot of, the main controversy was the Hitchens and Lemos fight. So I don't think Hitchens won. but it's only my opinion.
No, I agree. I mean, this is where it comes back into, once again, do we argue about a new way of doing boxing? Because quite frankly, it can't be allowed to continue like this.
Listen, let's go on to the Hitchens fight straight away. I mean, they were, don't get me wrong, they was both like punching each other up and all that. It was like a dog fight. But towards the end of that, Lemos was chasing after him and that. And then when Hitchens sort of stopped, he was holding on. You know, he was clearly rocked. It was clearly rocked at one point in the last rounds and all that. And he didn't want to know. You know what I mean? And I think the decision went the wrong way.
Well, I happen to agree. It's very, very difficult because when you've invested that much money in a young star, right,
You
which
agree?
is obviously what they had. Yeah, I know. we this is not acceptable, is it, folks? Should never be agreeing to Max. Never. But the fact of the matter is you don't really have much in the way of a choice with agreeing with me because he's true.
Yeah. Listen, round 8, Hitchens was hurt, right? But he come back, turned it round, and then having like a dog fighters and all that. Round 11 was a vicious fight, both of them going that strong. But, you know, round 12, Lemos was chasing him around.
Yeah, I mean, what annoys me about it is, they were singing, or Eddie Hearn was singing Hitchens' praises. He was literally going like top banana on the boy. Do you know what I mean? It was literally going top banana on him. And quite frankly, he didn't really produce the goodies, I don't think.
No, I don't think he did either. I think the decision should have gone the other way. You know, even the scorecard was blatantly in favour for Hitchens. And I think Lamb's wrong.
Well, it's very difficult to argue that fact. It's very, very difficult to argue that fact. Anyway, so there was a good few fights on the card. Sky Nicholson obviously won with a decision. Galauya fight eventually stops his opponent. He did make a bit of a meal of it, and there was some really good comments during that about the fact he does not move his head.
Yeah.
And there's a talk about him versus Sonny Edwards, and also down a bit further down the line there could be a Bam Rodriguez fight. There could be all sorts of stuff. And let me tell you, if he don't move his head in them fights, he's going to be banging trouble.
Yeah, definitely, because obviously Sonny is a quite technical fighter. You know, he don't mind getting stuck in, getting involved. You know what I mean? But if he comes up against Bam, mate, I don't think it'd go more than 2-3 rounds.
Well, it's going to be a difficult one because Galal can punch and he can take a whack. I mean, that was perfectly obvious.
Yeah, there's taking a whack and then there's taking one off Bam.
Yeah.
You know, we know that he's only a small fella, but he hits hard. You know, there's only a certain amount of punches you can take before you're getting rocked.
Well, this is true.
I'll tell you what I thought was a good fight, that Castro and Montoya.
That was. I'll tell you what, there was a good fight on the undercard as well. A new kid down there. His name escapes me now. So he had his pro debut there. Really spiteful puncher. I will remember his name in a minute. Very, very spiteful puncher. And I think he's going to go far. Really, really good, young, acceptable talent there. But don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, it is your show. If you do want to ask us questions, want to join in the chat, let us know. You can hit me up on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, where is it else, Max? Everywhere.
Yeah, it's everywhere.
We are everywhere now. We are now streaming on every single platform. And I can see all the chats now, even on Twitter. It's amazing. We finally, after about 28 shows, worked out Twitter. So, also some other news as well, actually, in the world of boxing and everything else. We are working with a gym, the Edge Gym and Will Jones Boxing. It's been a really good sort of last couple of months. We've been a couple of places, Telford, Ireland. We've been around training camp with the boys and
we're
girls.
off to your call this week.
And we are off following young protege,
yes.
Mr. Tom Welland.
Yes.
For a Wassaman boxing show.
If you don't know who he is, look him up. He's the next world champion. You heard it here first.
Yeah, you did, but don't put too much pressure on his shoulders. I don't want to be blamed for it.
What did I say last week? I went, by the time he's 25, 26, he will be a world champion. That's
Well,
like,
we all hope so.
oh, I hope so.
So do I. So do I. But yeah, don't forget, hit us up in the comments if you want to make a sound, if you want to have your opinion read out. So we're going to go over a few opinions, and there seems to be no better place to start, Max, than the favourite hot talk of the town right now, Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson.
Yeah. Listen, I love Mike Tyson. He's the man who inspired me to go out and fight.
Not in the ring.
No, not in the ring. But he made me realise you don't take no BS from anyone. If someone wants it, stick it on them. And, and I thought, yeah, I'll have some of that. But now, 58 years old, or he will be when he fights Jake Paul, I don't know, I've got this terrible feeling something's going to happen to him.
Well, listen, he's getting reported $20 million for that fight.
Yeah.
Hands up at home, how many people actually want to see it? I mean, the Roy Jones Jr., Mike Tyson, he got himself into fantastic shape. But there was a condition that they couldn't knock each other out.
Yeah.
And Jake Paul's gone on the line and gone, I want to feel your punch power, Tyson. That is kind of like going up to an alligator saying, bite me.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
But I tell you what, even Eddie Earn's dad, Barry, he's just raised his concern, saying, listen, I don't think he should be doing it. He shouldn't be stepping back in the ring, just for health reasons, Someone is going to get hurt that night, and I hope it ain't Mike.
Yeah, so do I. I mean, I'm totally with you on that, right? What I don't like is the fact that I've been beating on about it forever and a day, and I think, I know it's got nothing to do with the British Boxing Board of Control, but all these commissions have a duty of care to these fighters. Whether they like it or not, fighters do need protecting from themselves a lot of the time. And we've gone over it a million times. If you do not protect yourselves at all times, something is going to happen. This sport is the only sport in the world, other than MMA, where you can legally kill somebody in that ring.
Yeah. You know what really bugs me about this fight? Not so much is happening. If Jake Paul actually wins, he's going to be bragging, I beat the Mike Tyson, the Iron Mike, the legend and that. No, you beat an old man. He's most probably a granddad, right? If you was doing it 30 years ago and you beat him, yeah, now you got something to be proud of. But you ain't got nothing to shout about.
No.
And you got his muggy brother Logan Paul piping up, going, "Yeah, I'll take on Mike Tyson. I'll beat him up." I mean, you got knocked out by Floyd Mayweather and held up in that exhibition fight. You know what I mean? It's just a joke. Two young men in their primes.
Yeah, but this is
trying
a
to stick it on old
no-win
men.
fight, an absolute no-win fight, at all for Jake Paul, because if he gets beat, he was never a boxer in the first place. If he beats up Mike Tyson, he's beating a shadow of an old man.
Yeah.
What is going on? I mean, what is going on? The world of boxing has gone absolutely crazy.
Listen, it all comes down to the Benjamins.
And it's sad.
$50 million is going to be earned between the pair of them.
I know, but it's really, really sad. Really, really sad. Anyway, on the flip side to that, I hope Mike Tyson punches his head in. I mean, I really do. I will listen. If Mike Tyson punches his head in, I will go up to Mike when I next see him. I will get down on all fours and kiss the man's feet. I don't care if he's not washed them for a month, right? Because at the end of the day, I can't wait to see someone smack Jake Paul in the mouth. Tommy Fury, at least Tommy Fury won, right? We can argue the wherefores, did he actually win and all that the rest of the day. But even that didn't stop this egomaniac. Do you know what I mean?
Nah, I'll tell you what, let's hope Sean Strickland don't get hold of Jake Paul, because he's the old UFC fighter. He's lethal. He said he wants to see him and punch him up.
Well, I want to see him and punch him up. I mean, the thing is, it's his ego. It's just a mess. His absolute ego is just a mess. It's causing people to get pissed off with the sport, I think. Traditional boxing fans don't like it.
Nah.
And
listen,
along with this Misfits nonsense.
Listen, if Jake Paul really, really wants to make a name for himself in the boxing, he needs to fight a boxer someone his own age, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if he did win, then yeah, he might put a bit of credibility on him. But at
But
the
you gotta
moment, there's
fight someone. I
none.
mean, he's just going on bleating about, oh, I'm gonna be, I'm gonna be world champion in 5 years. Listen, you're gonna be world chump. That's what you're gonna be. Come and see
Yeah.
me anytime you want to fucking spar with me. No sweat. I don't care, and you're not gonna stop me having an opinion, Mr. Jake Pansy Paul, because that's all you are until you fight someone who's in the top 25 in the cruiserweight or light heavyweight division. Don't even start talking names like Canelo, Bivol, Benavidez. Don't. Do not insult
It
the
ain't
intelligence.
April Fool's Day, is it?
Well, I was just checking. I mean, you are going to try and besmirch the legacy of a legend. And you're going to pay the man 20 million quid. Listen, Tyson, I accept it. 20 million quid. I'd love to take that sort of money.
Yeah, I'd fight Tyson for 20 million.
Yeah, I'd fight him for 20. But at least if Tyson's fighting us, he's going to cause us damage, not the other way round. And Jake Paul is not doing it for any reasons as respect and honour. Jake Paul's doing it because he's
we
a
ain't
knob.
that much younger than him anyway. We're like in our mid-40s.
That's it. And if anyone disagrees with me, send this video to Jake Paul and he can come suck my lemons. That's all I'll say. I do not care anymore. And I know we're going to bump into him.
You can get to us in Romford at the Edge Gym.
Yeah, come down to the Edge Gym, Jake, anytime you like, and punch me in the face. Because I don't care. I do not care. I will not be frightened.
We do guarantee one thing. Now, if he did done that, he would never get out of the gym.
Yeah, Mr. Disney boy. Do you know what I mean? It's just absolute total madness. I mean, what is the world coming to when you've got a 58-year-old, nearly 60-year-old man going to be fighting a 25, 26-year-old? I mean, it just doesn't make sense. I mean, it is almost criminal.
Yeah.
Well,
I'll tell you what, they've got to go through some couple of tests, haven't they?
Yeah, but you know and I know that that's gonna be all easy enough done. We both know that that's easy. That it's not as if he's going to struggle with that, is it?
Nah, I don't think he's got anything wrong with him that way.
No, I don't think he is.
But listen, for 58 years old, he moves well.
Yeah, he does, but he's going to move well for 6 minutes.
Yeah, listen, it's only going to take. It only take a few minutes.
It's only going to take 60 seconds. Here we are. I'll be right back. I'll be back in a minute. Yeah, you will. Probably 60 seconds later, Jake Paul ironed out.
Yeah, put the kettle on and be back before it's boiled.
Yeah, that's what I hope. That's why, because somebody's got to shut that clown up. Somebody really has. I've got to the point where I don't give a shit. I will say anything. I don't care whether they ever talk to me, whether they ban me from the arenas. I don't care. Jake Paul, I don't care. KSI, I don't care. I really, really don't care. You might think you are big hard men, and you might think that I'm hard Bruce Lee, but I could not give a rat's ass, right? Yeah. And I've got one word to say about Jake Paul and KSI right now. One. Dilly gaff. Jesus. I think this embarrassment. I appreciate it. Listen, I'm not going to take anything away from Jake Paul in terms of what he should be doing for the sport. He's brought women's boxing up. He's got a new audience to the sport. He's done fantastically well from that point of view. But now stop making a mockery out of our legends. Yeah, now stop making a mockery out of our legends.
Yeah, but that's where he should stay. You know what I mean? He's good at bringing people into the sport, promoting and all that. Good for the women. Stay like that. That's it. Keep out the ring.
Well, that's it. Why don't you invent a night with? Why don't you do a night with Iron Mike? Yeah, and invite the celebrities there. Have a few celebrities up on stage. A night with legends. Oh, yeah. Mate, you could sell that. You could do that.
You sell out stadiums, probably.
A night with Roy Jones Jr., Evander Holyfield, Lennox Lewis, Mike Tyson. I mean, and the list goes on. Do you know what I mean? You can get these guys where they're not punching up on each other in the middle of it. Oh, I want to see him fight. You might want to see him fight, but it's not about you. It's about what's good for the sport. And what's good for the sport is you stop pissballing about in it.
Yeah. Hear their stories from being in the ring to retirement, what they've done. You know what I mean? That sort of stuff. Like motivational speeches from them all.
Yeah, innit? What? Put down nice pick-up gloves type deal. Anyway, I've got to get off of this because it's like winding me up. Do you know what I mean? Give me
Right,
the
come, let's get on the few music.
Oh God, more. I mean, as the day draws closer, you know, there's more and more talk about, is Tyson Fury actually going to show? Is he past it? Is he still doing his second series of the Netflix documentary? Is that getting in the way? Is family life getting in the way? Or is he just going to go in there and punch up Alexander Usyk?
Well, I don't think it's going to be as straightforward as that. I think Usyk's got to be quick and vicious, attack his eye, you know, get that cut open, win the fight that way, and then see you later, Tyson.
Is this going to be another lunch you owe me?
All right, then, let's have a bet.
Then what? You still haven't paid up for the last two?
No, but I'll down your lake sorting it out instead.
Listen.
Well, got them 2 swims done, what you needed.
Oh, no, they're not done yet. But the majority of it. I tell you what. I tell you how I see that, right? Fury is not frightened of Usyk. So any of these clowns keep sitting there putting on our post, oh, Fury's scared of Usyk. He ain't scared of this man.
Neither man are scared of each other.
Right, big shout out to Will Jones, who's just joined us. Hi, Will.
Oh, Will.
We gave a shout out to the gym. Just to let you know, we've invited both Jake Paul and KSI down to the gym so we can punch them up. So just to let you know. Anyway,
yeah.
So if they do turn up one day and we don't turn up, phone me because I didn't know they were coming.
Yeah. Keep it now. I'm only 25 minutes away.
Yeah, innit? And he's going to meet... What's he going to meet? Hospital and cemetery, innit?
Hospital, cemetery.
Oh, dear. So, yeah, anyway, where were we talking about?
Fury Usyk.
Fury Usyk, yes, that's right. There's no way Tyson Fury is scared of Alexander Usyk.
No, I don't think neither man are scared of each other. But I think Usyk's got to stand a chance. He's got to be in there. He's got to be vicious, in and out, you know. Just like Tyson is. But I think if he attacks that eye, gets that car open and all that, and if Fury don't do his cheating methods, start leaning on you and all that.
Cheating methods? You don't know shit about boxing. Jesus. Listen, it's not cheating. It's only cheating when you get caught. No, not really. Listen, at the end of the day, you know, you've got to say that Alexander Usyk. Do you know what I think? I think it's going to be a terrible fight. No, I think they're going to cancel one another out. I honestly believe that Tyson Fury's going to jab him. Usyk's going to get nowhere near him, and I just think. I mean, what I'd like to see is Tyson walk in there and do him in 3 punches. Bang, bang, bang. Job done. And all to the gut, because there's no point punching a man in the head. Just all to the gut. He'll get down and he will... Usyk will cry like a bitch.
Fury will go for the belly guts, right? And do low blows. You watch.
Low blows.
Of course he will. You know, his arm's about 10 foot long. By the time he's hit him and come up, he's hit him in the balls and the belly.
It'll be like dousing.
Do we want another demonstration?
Yeah. Go on, get up and show everyone your testicles. Everybody wants to see them.
Yeah. You know, that's what I reckon.
Well, there's a lot of people, you know, it's causing a lot of controversy going, I think Usyk does him. Excuse me, guys, I'm still getting over a chest.
Listen, I think it all comes down to a mental game with these two.
Yeah, well, both of them are head cases, so probably.
Yeah. And I don't know, right? If it comes to a straight fight, I think I'm stepping on Usyk's side.
Nah. No, I would listen. Tyson Fury probably wouldn't do that well in a street fight. It's too big.
That's what I mean. That's why I'm stepping over to the Usyk side.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Oh dear me.
Wait, you speechless for a second?
Yes, yes, with boxing stupidity. No, No, I don't. You know, to be fair, this is being hyped up and hyped up and hyped up. But one thing I'm looking forward to. I mean, we were going to go to Riyadh, and I just don't think I can. Do you know what I mean? It's the biggest event ever. Well, they say it's the biggest event ever, but it would only be the biggest event ever if it was Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua for the undisputed heavyweight championship of the world 4 years ago at Wembley.
But they're still talking about. Look, I'm just reading something here about Eddie Hearn.
Oh Christ!
But look, I've just got to find it.
Right, go on.
All right. What's this saying here?
Do apologise, folks, while he's reading it.
Oh yeah, look. Eddie Hearn names mega prize money Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua would earn from the fight. Let's have a look. I'll just open it up.
Yeah, 200 million. That's the number. Right, I've seen it. So 200 million quid. And they still don't fight? Listen, they're talking about a big event. His Excellency is talking about a big event in September at Wembley Stadium. Now, Frank Warren alluded to it. Frank's a nice guy. I don't doubt for a minute that it could be an app. But listen, for what they've been throwing on, yeah, it's been an absolute blockbuster. It would need to deliver something never ever seen before for it to
listen, you've got to have the ultimate card now to start keeping up with what they've already put on.
But do you know what? Do you know I think why His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh has actually moved it to Wembley, talking about doing it in Wembley? Because I don't think those arenas are massively crowded and have the atmosphere they need to have for such big events. Because, you know, people don't understand the undercards for a start. You know, they're just not there looking at the undercards, and this is the whole point. And I think he's got to the point now thinking, listen, I need to be able to put on where crowds are absolutely doing their potatoes.
Yeah, listen, no better place than Wembley. 80, 90,000 fans.
Absolutely. All going mental. Not even the mighty Las Vegas. Caesar's Palace could cope with a Wembley. No. You could not, with 94,000 people, 90,000 people, what have you, crammed into the arena. You've only got to go and look at some of the Joshua fights. You've got to look at the Carl Froch, George Grove fights. You know, Tyson Fury fights that are there. When they're that big, absolutely that big, and the atmosphere is electric and the results are coming through. I mean, you can't buy that. You know, as much as I know that the Saudis would like to, they just can't. So I think they have to accept that, you know, at the moment, it's going to be...
bring it back home. That's what they've got to do.
Bring it back home to where it all began. Absolutely. Absolutely. Anyway, guys, if you do have any comments, suggestions, or you'd like to tell us we don't know shit about boxing, please do put it in the comments. We'll gladly read them out. Anyway, Max, what's next on the boxing news?
Wilder Zhang 2. Is this a possibility?
You mean Wilder Zhang at 40?
Yeah? That's what I said. Wilder and Zhang 2. Second fight. No, first fight. Sorry, I'm thinking of Parker. Sorry. My brain went. I was looking at something on me.
Right. Yeah, not concentrating on his job, guys and girls.
Yeah. Wilder versus Zhang.
Wilder Zhang. I tell you what. Yeah. I think that's the only fight there is for Wilder that he wins.
Yeah,
but I really do. And the only reason he wins that...
because Zhang don't move his head.
Because Zhang don't move. You know, he had, in my opinion, he has two choices. He has Zhang or Joyce.
Well, I think if he fights Zhang and batters him, I think he deserves a second shot at Parker.
Oh, yeah, probably. I think that, but I don't know. Would he want one? Because still don't see him beating him. I always said, and I stick by what I've always said. Right?
Yeah, but
I've said the minute you start instead of putting tomato cans in front of Deontay Wilder, you're going to see him lose. Put him in front of a top 10 heavyweight, you are going to see him lose.
Yeah, but I think I remember what I told you, what Wilder was doing. He was taking them psychedelics,
Oh.
right? And that's what he was taking before that fight. It chilled him out too much, and now he's not on them. We shall soon
I'm sorry, is
see.
it what? Just another excuse that Wilder's making here? Oh, I've got an
Yeah,
idea. I
I
need to
like
make up an
Wilder.
excuse for
I think
losing.
he's
Yeah, of course you
brilliant.
do, because he ain't British. A British fighter, you'd be saying he's going to lose. I mean, listen, you are the anti-god of British boxing. I mean,
No,
that is how it's
no,
got to
no.
be. I mean,
Oh,
yeah.
I like Fabio Wardley,
Yeah,
Fraser Clark.
I thought Fabio Wardley was going to do the job the other day. He didn't. I was surprised. I was actually absolutely
both
pleasantly
wrong.
surprised of old big Fraser Clark.
Listen, for a big man, throwing out that jab quick, moving around, you know.
Yeah, but it was a different Fraser Clark who was in Riyadh. It was one who was like a thunder chunky, if I remember right.
Yeah, so he's probably learned from that. Lost a few pounds.
Yeah,
I was
really.
about to say lost a few quid.
He probably has because he didn't win the belt.
Yeah.
He didn't win the belts. Didn't take him home. I think it was a fair result, if I'm perfectly honest, though, the draw.
Yeah.
But one surprise.
Listen, what a war between the two heavyweights. You know.
Probably one of the best heavyweight fights in a long, long time. That.
Yeah, definitely. And I think that was the right decision, wasn't it? Like, the draw.
I think so. I wasn't disappointed with that. I said to you at the night, I think this is a draw, and I think I'm right.
Yeah, well, I said the draw anyway with you.
Yeah, I think we were. We very rarely agree, but we agreed on that one.
Yeah,
tell you
and
what,
obviously his face looked worse for wear, but basically all it was is a cut on the bridge of the nose.
But
It
he'd
just
actually
looked
already
worse.
had that. If you looked, he had a mark on his nose before he
Yeah,
even started.
really healing up, wasn't it?
Mm.
So he got punched in the nose.
He did. Fabio Wardley, old schmackaroony, he got clouted. But he was always going to get punched, and that's the thing. You know, he come from the white-collar boxing background, so he didn't have the amateur experience that Big Fraser had. And
Yeah.
it did show. But on that sort of stuff, have we discovered where Fabio Wardley's level is?
No, I think if they rematched, hopefully in the next sort of few months, say September, like you were saying, you're probably going to see both of them come out and be different again. You're not going to see the same fight. I think it's going to, hopefully, one of them's going to stop each other in the, say, 7th, 8th round.
Yeah, it is kind of strange, isn't it?
Yeah.
But for me, I sit there and I think, well, you know, is what it is.
Right, let's get down to the fight what's happening on the 20th of April.
I want to bring up one thing first.
Go on then.
I want to talk about Conor Benn.
Yeah?
Yeah, right. Now, here we go again. The Conor Benn saga isn't over. So the British Boxing Board of Control and UKAD win to overturn the freedom that Conor Benn had, saying that they win that to say that they don't agree, neither does the Sports Ombudsman, and now he's back suspended again. All I've got to say about that is, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah. Listen, I think all this hanging around, dragging it out, is just costing a lot of money for Conor. The only one who's getting rich out of it is his solicitor.
And
Listen, make your minds up.
You
You either just say, no, don't care what it is. You've had it in your system. You're banned. And that is it.
Yeah.
Done. That's all. That's it. Case closed.
And that should be
And
it. I mean,
we give you a 2-year ban, and it goes back for the date of that first sample testing, and you've got another 6 months bloody ban. That's it.
Excuse me. Well, the problem is he's now fault. So he's undermining the British Boxing Board of Control. So is Eddie Hearn, by actually making him available to fight under the California Boxing Commissions to box in the States. And you know, the British
Is
Boxing
he
Board
really at fault, or is he just trying to keep his fighter active?
He's totally at fault. But I think anybody who
He
knows
said that,
Conor,
not
we
me.
know. No, yeah, I do think Eddie's at fault. I will tell him to his face. I think you're at fault. You know, anybody who you know, anybody who does it. So we've got 99.9 Mo Gomes says it's easy to clear up. Sit in front of the British Boxing Board of Control and explain how it got into the system. It doesn't work like that, right? So what should happen, guys, is this should be the be all. Wait a minute. No, they need to stop. Let me finish.
I want to say one thing.
No.
One thing.
No, let me finish. Go on, you can say your one thing. Go on, say it. Go on.
Right. In Conor's defence, he was negative in one, say UK or VADA, wherever it was, and then positive somewhere else.
VADA.
Right. So now you got 50-50.
No, right. So let me put it in layman's terms about what should happen is, as a fighter, been there, guys. So I know. As a fighter, you are responsible for everything inside of your system. It is irrelevant how it got there. It's totally irrelevant. You can blame eggs from Spain. You can blame shaking somebody's hand. You can blame kissing somebody. It don't matter, right? It does not matter how a substance gets into your system. The British Boxing Board of Control should have said, you're banned, regardless. You could be innocent, but you're banned. No, so let me finish. Right. So what they're saying is he's claiming contamination. You can't sit there and blame eggs 1 minute, something else another minute, something else another minute. It's plain and simple. You are banned. But, no, goats butt, birds fly, and people who are found with substances in their system, whether it be blockers, whether it be in performance enhancing, banned. No ifs, no buts, and this would have all been finished. Because,
can I say something now?
Yeah, but this is where I blame Eddie Hearn and the people who are around him. They should just say to him, Conor, I met Conor. We met him after that. We sat down for 3 hours talking with Conor, off camera, heart to heart. And I said to him, Conor, if you're innocent, you protest your innocence till the grave. I said that to him, did I not?
Yeah.
And I also said to him, but you as an athlete are responsible for everything that's in there. You might not know it got in there. Someone could have planted it in there. Someone could have done anything. But both A and B samples tested positive. It is not your fault that UKAD found you with nothing and VADA found you with something. That is a UKAD-VADA issue.
Right. Can I say something now? So why don't UKAD test that sample again, what they've got, and if it comes back negative, then there must be something wrong with their machine or whatever they use.
Yeah, no, it doesn't quite work that way because it's not the same sort of test, is it? The problem is, but they've got a
sealed parcel of it.
Yeah, but it's been open now. It's been open. We're talking 2 years now. He quite simply has been really, really badly advised, right? And Eddie was saying to us, oh, well, I'm kind of like Conor's dad. And we've had these conversations, haven't we, with Eddie Hearn? I feel like his dad and, look after him and things like that. In this particular case, I think he's been badly advised. I would say to any professional fighter, don't ask your lawyer. Really don't ask the lawyer. Let me know why. Because he don't know shit about boxing. He has never stood there for 12 rounds to be punched in the face.
Yeah.
And all he wants is for you to argue because that's how he makes his money.
Especially what he told us, was it 40 bags a month?
Yeah, 40 grand a month he's paying that douche. And I'm sorry if you like him. I'm sorry, Conor. But that's how I feel about it. You have been badly advised. Very, very badly advised. You've gone and put, you've put it on record. You won't box for this again. You won't do that again. I totally understand how he feels personally because he has been let down, right? I do not believe, and I will say this with my hand on my heart, having spoken to him a number of times, having met him a number of times, I don't believe he is a drugs cheat. He really isn't. For what was found and the minute amounts that were in it was found, I don't believe he's a knowing drugs cheat. What I do believe is he's had something in his system. He's as 999 absolutely correct. He's boxed twice during his ban when he shouldn't have done. When what he should have done is said, hands in the air, I don't know how it got there. I accept it is there. I will do whatever punishment, but I'm going to prove my innocence, that I haven't done anything wrong. But accept what was coming. That's what should have been said, because if he'd have done that, this shit would all be over. You know, it would all be
another
over.
thing on Conor. What other boxer who's been had a test, come back positive, been treated the same way?
That's the thing. The WBC clears him, right? It's not the WBC's jurisdiction for a start. So the WBC clears him. They also clear Alice Baumgardner of any wrongdoing. So they're undermining the drug agencies that are there. Yeah? Undermined it.
It's like I've done a video about him. I said he's kind of being treated because he's a Ben.
Yeah, but he's being made... I think... I understand the British Boxing Board of Control. I absolutely understand them. And I absolutely stand by it. You sign up to their rules, right? You fight in the UK... and you sign up to the rules, then you abide by it in the good and the bad. You have what they call a marriage between you and the boxing. Hi, Kate. Nice to see you. Just big shout out to Kate Radomska. We followed her all the way over to Ireland, part of Will Jones's stable. Fantastic. See you next week. Lovely, lovely Polish fighter there who now resides in Ireland, and her manager, Robbie Flynn. Fantastic, fantastic people.
Anyway. Trainer Will.
And of course, trainer Will
Jones.
and this is the problem. And constantly people giving him their advice. He should have just put his hands in the air and just said, I don't know how it got in there. I'm going to investigate it till I'm blue in the face and do all of that. He would have saved himself $500,000 in lawyer fees. He would have saved himself. He would be finished by now. He'd be back boxing in Britain against the likes of Kell Brook, against the likes of Chris Eubank Jr. if they could get the weights. He could possibly be fighting for world title honours. But all the time you then go and disregard the rules of the British Boxing Board of Control. And I think this is where Eddie Hearn has to sit there and take some responsibility. Because I think, if you ever get to meet Conor Benn, you will be absolutely pleasantly surprised how genuine and a good guy this kid is.
Yeah, he's a gentleman.
He is, I mean? and how bad.
At the ring, he's a gentleman. In the ring, he's an animal. But
yeah, definitely. Which is why this Manny Pacquiao thing. And I'll tell about that Eddie Hearn thing as well. He's going, oh yeah, Manny Pacquiao, but no, Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
Well, I asked him. It's all there, guys. You can go and have a look at all our backstory. I said to Eddie, what do you think about this? And he goes, oh, he's an old man. So is Manny Pacquiao. I would hate.
He's got to be 20 years older than Conor.
Yeah, he is. I mean, and this is the thing. So the whole Conor Benn situation. Conor, love you to pieces. Think you're a fantastic athlete. Think you will be world champion. But I think you've been very, very badly advised. It's such a sad state of affairs that this is going on, and I do hope that we can put this behind you. Anyway, while Kate's watching us. Kate is hopefully going for the Celtic title over there in Ireland. And listen, guys, we'll be putting out all some news and some interviews with Kate and how you can go and support her. An absolutely beautiful, lovely person, and we very much want to help her out. So yeah, don't forget. And also,
see you next week, Kate.
We will see you next Tuesday, as they say. But I'm not calling you any names because believe me, she can punch. Anyway, so I think one of the things that she walks in the gym, everyone goes, "Hello."
Yeah.
She got a lovely accent. Ian. Lovely girl. Absolutely lovely. But, I mean, I think, let's move off the Conor Benn situation, because I don't think it's going to change. But one thing I will say, and I do hope the British Boxing Board of Control show some teeth here and say, listen, Eddie, if you put Conor Benn on any shows, we're going to remove the British Boxing Board of Control promoter's licence from you. Because you're deliberately undermining everything we're doing. And I think Simon Jordan from Talk Sport actually asked for the same thing. Are the British Boxing Board of Control going to grow some teeth? Guys, let us know what you think. Do you believe that Conor should serve his ban and just get back to fighting for real in normal style without having all this nonsense over his head, be a free man of it? Or do you think he should continue to fight and go around this merry-go-round? Because I certainly don't. But love to get your feedback.
Yeah. Right, Larry off the Conor Ben.
Yep, we are.
Let's talk about the Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia on
Oh
the 20th
God.
of this month.
Oh God, really?
Listen, a lot of people going, "Oh, Garcia's lost the plot," blah blah blah. But I think it's this social media stirring the pot,
Right.
and I, I, I don't think Garcia's going to win, but I think he's going to put Devin in trouble.
For all you guys
Do-
who sat there and watched that WhatsApp message pop up, don't worry about that. It's only me. It's only me playing around.
It's only me.
It's only me. Just trying to see. What the hell's going on here?
What are you trying to do?
I don't know. I don't know. Will Jones just sent me a message saying, "Whoop, get a 3-4-0." I don't know quite what that is, but there you go. I thought he was. Oh dear. No, it wasn't. It wasn't for me to worry about. Right, go on.
Yeah, I think Garcia's going to put Devin in trouble, but I'm not sure if he's going to beat him.
No.
Nah.
What's that then?
I'd like him to beat him, but I don't think he will,
Okay.
because we all know the judges favour Devin, even though if he loses.
Do you know what? I really don't know. I mean, I think Haney's going to be too good for him. People going, "Oh, he's got speed, he's got explosive power." Listen, you've got to land it. And the same as I've said a million times. You say Deontay Wilder, he's got power. Yeah, but you ain't going to get anywhere. Joseph Parker was smothering his work, and he's going to get found out. No, he won't. Yes, he did.
Listen, Haney shouldn't have won against Loma, but he did.
Yeah, and that was a robbery. That was a robbery to end all robberies. That was.
Yeah, definitely. And this could possibly happen. If it goes the distance, this will probably happen again.
Yeah, it's going to be a difficult one, I have to say. But I think Haney wins. I'd like to be wrong, but I think Haney wins.
Yeah, I'd like you to be wrong.
I have to call it as I see it.
Yeah.
That's how I see it, I think.
So what about Clarissa Shields and Alicia Baumgardner giving it at each other in the crowds?
Well, Alicia Baumgardner should be suspended.
She's been suspended.
No, she should, because the British... sorry.
No, she was suspended, but it's all forgiven now. It's all right. You can just do what you want.
Right, yeah, that's right. If you, by the way, if you're in the United States of America and you're only relying on the WBC, you don't have to do anything. They'll decide to let you off the ability to take performance-enhancing steroids, or drugs, or whatever it is, or blockers, or whatever. Yeah, no.
All it takes is a little backhander, and you're free to go.
Yes, that is basically how that went. Do you know what? They need to get away from this from this divisive. And I think if you speak to Gareth A. Davis, he would probably say the same. They need to get away from this multiple commissions. They need to go down one commission for professional fighting, just one. Because until they do that, we're going to have this crap over and over and over and over and over again.
Yeah. Right, this quickly then. Katie Taylor, Amanda Serrano. It's going to take place at the Sphere in Las Vegas. Who you winning? Who you picking to win?
Well, in me heart, I'm going Katie Taylor. In my head, I think it's a different outcome. I think the two.
Serrano.
I think Serrano, because I think the two fights with Chantel Cameron have put the world on notice, and I also think that age is now going to start to play its time in Katie Taylor's career. Now, do I think that she can win? Of course, I think she can win, but I think when you make a deal with the devil, you got to wait for the song to stop.
I'm just looking at their stats, right? Katie Taylor's had 23 fights, 1 loss, 6 knockouts. Serrano's had, 46 fights. Was it 2 losses, 1 draw, 30 knockouts? Ranked 126. and Katie's ranked 140.
It's not wank, that's weight.
Oh, is it? I was going to say, yeah, no, it's really small and blurry, the writing. Let's make it bigger.
Katie Taylor, the undisputed 2-weight world champion. She's ranked 126.
Yeah, no,
that's how much she weighs.
The writing's all wavery in that. I can't see it properly. I'm sure my eyes are going funny. Let me screenshot it and I'll zoom in. I might have to go and get the old woman's glasses.
Oh, mate.
I can see it now. Yeah, I can see it now. Look, now it's big.
Oh, how funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's not a horse.
Yeah. So I've not took my medication.
Excuse me. Oh dear, how funny. You do make me laugh. Good job we're pals, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it. You know shit about boxing.
You don't know shit about boxing. Oh, don't. Funny as. Funny as. Well, I'm all about done. I'm all chatted out. We will be back, Max, Tuesday.
Yes, mate.
Talk about up and coming fights for all those of you who have not downloaded our app to
sit
there
and
vote.
Before we go.
Oh.
Let's give a big shout out to Leon Wallins.
Oh, mate.
He took on Ben Whittaker.
Oh, mate, we're going to get him in to have a chat. Max will sort that out, Ben. Leon. So, listen. Oh, mate, I was so proud. I do love Ben Whittaker. But I hate the showboating. I mean, I was praying all as a kid, as I was growing up, that someone would chin Hamid and put him on his arse, right? For instance, Hamid. And it did happen in Vegas. It did happen the first time he got put down. And then I was thinking exactly the same thing about Ben Whittaker. And my God, he got chinned a couple of times. Now, you have to say, he's got a pretty good chin.
Listen, I think both of them fighters had good chins.
Absolutely. But
it just proved the point that Whittaker was the bigger star, wasn't having it his own way.
Absolutely. And I think Leon only take it on a couple of weeks' notice as well.
Yeah. And, he got in there and he rocked it out with one of the best. You know what I mean? He proved he had a chin, he can go the distance, he's got the rounds in him, and he can, even though he was taking the digs, he was giving them back. And I was like, yeah. You know what I mean? If he'd done a few more of them,
all I would want to see is somebody catch Whittaker and stick him on his arse. Don't hurt him. Stick him on his arse because he overbalances and get a count. That's what I want for him to wake up. You don't play boxing.
Yes.
You don't play it. You know, you may be the best thing since sliced bread. And he is an incredibly talented fighter. He's
won gold, silvers, bronzes. You know, he's done well with his...
Incredible. But for me, it's not about how incredible he is. It's about how disrespectful he is when you start behaving like that.
The only thing that really bugs me is when he gives it all this and then starts stirring all that on top of their head and all that. You think, really?
Is it necessary? Yeah.
I'm surprised when he chins someone, knocks them out, he don't lay on the floor with them like then they're going, that sort of shit.
Don't suggest that to him. don't suggest that to him. Oh, I tell you.
Goes and grabs the towel off his cord man, makes a pillow, lays on the floor with him.
Yeah, that's all he needs is you telling him exactly as it. But you know what, though? I mean, I do like the way he fights. I just don't like the piss balling about. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I'll tell you what, who done that last night was Sky Nicholson.
Oh, at the end, dancing afterwards, though, you know?
No, during the fight. She's giving it all like this and that. And I'm thinking... Listen, you do that to someone serious, they'll all flat on you.
Well, that's all we can hope for, just to get them to learn a lesson. Anyway, guys, it has been an absolute pleasure. Max, do not come up with any more stories. He is tired. He's going to sleep. has had enough. It is 10 p.m. here in the United Kingdom. But once again, just want to thank everybody for joining us tonight. We will be back, same time, same place, Tuesday evening, talking about the fights coming up and any breaking boxing news. And it would be great to have you join us. So don't forget, if you haven't downloaded our app or gone to fttvboxing.com to sit there and watch the latest boxing documentaries, it is there. It is all free. We pay for it. You enjoy it. And we will see you again soon. Take care now. And it's from me and the Viking. We're out of here. Bosh. I don't give a shit about that. Let's listen.
Proper like cheering them on, and when Lane come out, there was all like boo, boo. Like, see it like.
He didn't know he was nowhere near there. It was no. Ah, Jesus.
Like cheering them on, and when Lane come out, there was all like boo, boo. Like, see it like.
No, he didn't know he was nowhere near there. It was no. Ah, Jesus.